Hello. In this video, we will explore whether sports leagues remain representative of genuine sport, or if some leagues are now simply controlled and corrupted entertainment. John Oliver, in his piece on the WWE, identified a number of conditions that are present not only in the WWE, but the major leagues of American sports. This video will address both the similarities and some of the differences between them, and conclude with a discussion over whether sports leagues have devolved into controlled, corrupted entertainment, or if they remain a genuine sport. The most significant condition that was raised in John Oliver's piece was the maltreatment of athletes in WWE. This maltreatment occurs on many levels. The first is based on heath grounds. Performing as a wrestler is, despite its scripted nature, is still a high-impact sport which results in injuries and afflictions. Clearly, this is similar to the major leagues and the high-contact sport of football, for example. In both the WWE and the major leagues of American sports, injuries occur and treatment is needed. For WWE wrestlers, however, there is no health insurance. Injuries that occur outside of the actual ring are not the responsibility of the WWE. In many instances, wrestlers have to live with the consequences of injury long after they stop receiving support from the WWE. This is similar to the NFL and other major leagues which have a reputation for discarding athletes once they are no longer playing or useful. Traumatic injuries such as CTE, brought on by high impacts to the head, may not present themselves until after the athlete has concluded their career. In the case of the NFL, there were deliberate attempts to delay and deny the existence of the issue to avoid legal and liability costs. In the case of WWE, the wrestlers were simply hired as independent contractors rather than employees, which absolved the organization of many of the protections that it would have to give to the athletes if they were employees. It is well documented that wrestlers are far more likely to die younger when compared to other entertainers due to a mix of medical reasons related to the sport and ancillary reasons related to the lifestyle. Indeed, causes of death for wrestlers tend to center around suicide, drug overdose, or heart attacks. Concussions or traumatic brain injury are also commonplace. These lifestyle factors and the risk of concussions and traumatic brain injuries are also similar to major league sports such as the NFL. The NFL, in particular, has also been associated with such early deaths. In both cases, it was noted that the athletes' lifestyles, the roller coaster of celebrity, may have also led to some negative behaviors such as drug taking. The lack of heath support for athletes, outside of any heath support that would benefit the bottom line, i.e., getting the athletes back in the ring / field / etc., is both a condition of the WWE and major league sports. Post-career health support is lacking, a result of the independent contractor status in the case of WWE and lack of action on the part of major league sports. While major league sports haven't said it so openly, in the John Oliver piece, there were recorded comments by Vince McMahon played where he stated that he bore no responsibility for the health concerns or early deaths of wrestlers that had previously wrestled for the WWE. The limitations of independent contractor status of WWE wrestlers are also seen in Tier 1 NCAA football, where unpaid student athletes are not considered employees of NCAA or their university or colleges, and as such face the same restrictions on legal rights. This is despite the fact that, like WWE wrestlers, it is the athletes who are responsible for the on- and off-field performances that bring in the revenue. In these examples, we can see the same conditions where NCAA athletes and WWE wrestlers are useful to their respective sports only while they are playing. The independent contractors of the WWE are locked into their contracts, which heavily favor the WWE, but as soon as they are no longer of service, they can be discarded. Similar to NFL players who, upon retirement, receive limited after support. Pablo Torre reported on a Major League Sports and the post-career finances of its athletes. By the time they have been retired for 2 years, 78% of former NFL players have gone bankrupt or are under financial stress, and within 5 years of retirement, an estimated 60% of former NBA players are broke. In both the WWE and Major League sports, it is the organizing bodies who profit financially to a much greater extent than the athletes themselves. Despite the challenges of the independent contractor status, many WWE wrestlers view the WWE as the top of the wrestling pyramid and, as a result, are willing to put up with these limitations and the power imbalances for the opportunity to wrestle for the WWE. This is similar to how athletes in the NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA view their respective leagues as being the top of their respective sports. They will take what they can get, perhaps knowing that there is a long line of other athletes who would gladly take their place, and that the team owners know this as well. Throughout the comparison between the WWE and Major League sports, the comparison has been made presuming that a fair one can be made. It should be noted that WWE is sports entertainment and perhaps not a sport by the same definition as the NFL and others. WWE brand their events as sports entertainment and publicly acknowledged the pre-planned nature of the sport. There is no illusion that this is a competitive sport. The outcomes are prearranged as a creative decision. This is, of course, a deliberate action by the WWEs, which brings several financial advantages, including removing the need to pay commissions or taxes to sport regulators, and allows them to set different salaries based on their creative ranking of their wrestlers. When examining this concept of sports entertainment, as it applies deliberately to the WWE, a comparative question to consider is: have sports leagues devolved into a controlled, corrupted entertainment, or is it still a genuine sport? Technically, Major League sports are still operating under the image that they are genuine sports, that is, openly competitive sports where the outcomes are not predetermined. When you take away that fundamental element of fair competition, sports cease to have any meaning whatsoever. You have to believe. But it is this lack of predetermination that is put into question through the many match-fixing and sport betting scandals that have tarnished many sports' reputations. The Tim Donaghy affair threw a spotlight on gambling and corruption within the NBA, not just Donaghy's betting on matches, but the lingering suggestions and allegations of his match-fixing. Rather than go quietly, Tim Donaghy threw fuel on the very public fire by making accusations of widespread match influencing by NBA match officials, either as personal revenge at the behest of fixers or at the direction of NBA officials to prolong a series for entertainment purposes. Donaghy claimed that Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals was fixed by former NBA referee Dave Bavetta at the direction of the NBA to extend the series to 7 games. While the allegations were never proven, they continue to linger and cast a shadow over the NBA. Major League sports are a multi-billion-dollar industry with significant TV media deals as well as merchandising and sponsorship. It has been seen that many Major League sports prioritize the well-being of their business over their athletes. It is likely that other sports outside of the NBA have exerted pressure on officials or players to influence matches to benefit commercial objectives. It is not only the NBA that has allegations of predetermined outcomes. In 2021, Sport Trader Integrity Services, which operates the Universal Fraud Detection System, UFT, had concerns over 633 separate matches, including 9 in North America. While North American matches had the lowest number of alleged fixes, there are a number of structural and organizational weaknesses in North America Major League sports and their care of players, discussed in previous assignments, which make major leagues vulnerable. In Declan Hill's Work in the Fix, we learned of the scale and scope of international sports fixers and their ability to corrupt the outcomes of top-level sports matches, including the Olympics, the German Bundesliga, and the English Premier League. As we seen Asian sports fans and match fixers pivot west, It will not be long before many of the allegations of corruption in major leagues become a reality. In summary, given the many different corrupting factors, either individuals fixing matches for financial gain or officials pressured to influence the outcome of a game by sporting officials, perhaps the best that sports fans should hope for when watching their sport is their own entertainment. Anything more would be optimistic.